Hi,
Hello.
I'm Brad,
And I'm Kelsey.
and we're BK Book Club.
Whoop whoop.
Tonight we're recording episode 17, chapters 29 through 39 of A Court of Silver Flames. And we're actually drinking wine. It's been a couple of episodes.
It has been a couple of episodes.
Between like it being daytime.
Yeah.
And also just getting high.
Yeah.
We had a delicious dinner. What did you make for us? Of course she did. And she already took a hit of her
Penelope.
Pennyphilia.
That's a good one. I mean, I was like,
what did you make for dinner?
I made steak bites and Brussels sprouts and rolls.
And it was delicious.
Yeah.
And you made gravy. Don't forget the gravy.
Well, yeah.
It was great. I would say, what did you do this week? But I literally hung out with you 3 days this week.
Yeah, and we filmed our last episode 2 days ago.
So.
But in the meantime, we went and saw Wicked for the second time.
Again. And I was able to be...
some edibles.
I was up in the sky through it. And I think it helped elevate my ability to bawl my eyes out.
Yeah, I cried again. I feel like I definitely cried more the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
Because the first time we watched it, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie, but it opens, obviously, with Nobody Mourns
The Wicked.
The Wicked. And I cried
Instantly.
maybe 2 minutes into the movie.
As soon as they wheeled out the life-size thing that they were going to torch,
I lost
sobbing.
it. I was already tearing up though, just because I feel like
Sobbing.
Ariana Grande did such a good job. We've talked about this, about portraying Galinda as like trying to be happy and or show people that she's not trying to be happy, but like show off like she's okay and being happy. But you can see it in her face that like she's mourning.
You can tell that Ariana Grande took some time to work on her
Well, but that's the thing. And
her
everyone's
actual,
like, oh, she's an actress.
acting.
She's an actress now. I'm like,
she's
no,
been an
she
actress.
started. Did you guys not watch Victorious?
Victorious, Scream Queens.
Scream Queens, but like she started off as
was
an
in
actress.
Don't Look Up.
Yes, but people were like, she was just playing herself.
Yeah.
But they're like, now it says actress when you look her up. I'm like, what do you mean now? Because she literally had
That's how she started her career with acting.
on Nickelodeon.
I mean, to be fair, she actually started her career covering Imogen Heap songs on YouTube.
Well, and she was in Broadway when she was young.
Young.
But then people also, this is bad to joke about, but people were like, she just blocked out all of Nickelodeon. And actually in an interview, she said something and then she was like, oh my God, I forgot about the time I was on Nickelodeon. And people were like, how bad that it was like 10 years of her life. But if anyone knows.
If anyone's watched the documentary series that's on Hulu. It's on Hulu.
Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't know, she put a coaster in front of the door so that when I'm walking out, I can be like, oh, wait.
I have to do things like that.
No, I'm borrowing a pot from her because I only have one large size pot. And I was like, let me put my bag in it. Because if I don't, I will forget it.
Yep.
I will completely forget that I need it.
It's
Yep. Gone from our minds.
I put things in front of that's actually why I got the curtains for my stairs. Because I kept forgetting to turn off my heat and then I'm just dying upstairs.
Yeah.
So if the curtains are closed, my heat is on.
But it gets warm enough down here that it shuts itself off.
Yes, that too. But it's really just so I remember
she doesn't roast upstairs too.
Because I am a very, very hot sleeper and I like to cocoon like literally everything but my nose and mouth.
Something that I just saw, which was interesting, and I hate the source that I saw it from, so I'm not even going to name it, but
tell me later.
I'll tell you later. There was, and it makes sense because it's something that I've always been doing. I've just always done this and I never realized it, but take a hot bath before you go to bed. Because it pushes all your blood to the surface of your skin. And then when you get out, you're still kind of flushed. But by the time you get into bed, your core body temperature plummets, trying to regulate your body temperature. Just give it a shot. Who knows?
Interesting.
If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
I never close my bedroom window. And then my bedroom doors are always closed. So it keeps the cold in there. And then...
See, I wish it was the same for me. The way that the house is set up for where I live, my roommate actually was getting so hot in his room, and he has the largest room in the house, which is weird. Just the way that they set up, for why it's so hot, and then the way that they set up, like the thermostat is downstairs, like it is here for you. But it's like,
no, I have 2.
Oh.
No, I have 3. Well, because I only have heat. I don't have air conditioning.
Neither do we.
So I just have a heater for that one, and then I have that same exact thing in my bedroom and in my like office closet thing. And so it's 3 different
zones.
zones.
We only have one. We have forced air heat. We don't have AC, though. I think is stupid because all they have to do is get the unit outside and hook it up correctly on the inside. But neither here nor there. Especially with the temperatures hitting 120 sometimes in the summer. So, which is ridiculous because that never happened when I lived in Florida.
It never happened until the
global warming. So moving on from that though. So because it was getting so hot in his room, he actually had put in a request through our rental company for them to send somebody out to put a diverter in. So now he doesn't get any heat. But it pushes all the forced air into all of the other rooms in the house. And I sleep all natural.
I just sleep in underwear.
So I shut my door because I have roommates and they're not comfortable with like that large amount of nudity, which is totally fine. Like to each their own. I personally don't care.
Large amount of
that
nudity.
Huge amount of God, I wish.
You're so inappropriate.
God, I wish. Anyway, I would be so popular.
I bet you are.
Oh, I'm so glad there's a disclaimer before every one of these videos. Whoo, chow. Anyway, so because it gets so warm in my room, I actually sleep with my window open, which is not normal for me. I hate the cold. But it gets so hot because I prefer to sleep under blankets. Like I want to be under.
No, I want to be. You know how I sleep.
I want to be under a sheet and then under another sheet and then under like my duvet cover or my duvet. But I can't because it gets so hot in my room.
And I will sleep with like a fuzzy blanket.
I also have a bajillion pillows and you have none.
I know that I'm a psychopath when I sleep. Like
I don't think so. If you're comfortable, you're comfortable.
But I feel like everyone would be like, ooh, because I don't sleep. I sleep with basically 3 fuzzy blankets. And then if I do get cold, I have my like duvet, but large fuzzy blanket over me, medium fuzzy blanket as my pillow, and then a little one that I put over this part of my face.
If that's how you're comfortable sleeping, that's how you're comfortable sleeping. Oh, and it's
the best. I'm just a little cocoon in there, but that's why it needs to be so cold.
Yeah, but because I like to be under so many layers, it's not conducive with the heat being on. So I just roast all night.
Ugh.
And the last time I
can't sleep when I'm hot.
Thanksgiving, I actually woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Granted, we killed a lot of mulled wine.
Did I tell you I came home and drank more wine?
No.
I came home and was like,
I want more. It's funny too because as soon as I finished
a whole concert.
Oh, I love this. Yeah. I watched The Witches of Eastwick.
I did see that, yeah.
After I played, you left. I went up to my room, started Witches of Eastwick, saw that a bunch of people that I hang out with playing Grand Theft Auto Online were on. So stopped watching Witches of Eastwick to continue playing video games loud as fuck because I was drunk. Killed the rest of the mulled wine.
Ooh.
And then was like, maybe I'll make myself an espresso martini. Thank God. I was like, you don't need to do that.
Oh no, I came home and drank 3/4 of a bottle of wine.
I love this. I'm not mad about it. I definitely didn't go to bed until like 2:30 in the morning.
See, I just had a little concert for Bailey and then was like, yep, ready to go to bed.
Yeah.
But I did throw up in the morning.
Oh no. Luckily I had a headache, but I wasn't like hungover. I think it's because I also paced myself with food. Like as I continuously drank, we ate food.
A lot of food. Mine, it's just, I think also I just have an issue with that anyway. And so then I start like thinking about it. I'm like, am I so hungover that I have to throw up or not do it? And then I just start thinking about it so much
Especially when I was a server and I would get hungover, I'd be like, oh no, I'm going to make myself throw up because I know I'll feel better afterwards.
I didn't work until like, I think 6:30.
But regardless, I woke up at like 4 o'clock after going to bed at 2 because I was drenched in sweat.
Oof.
So I had to like get out of my bed. I went to the bathroom and then I like cracked my door open because with the window open and the door open, the return is right outside my bedroom, so it just pulls the cold air right into it. So I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
But yeah, it can get a little roasty, which for someone who enjoyed the climate of Florida, I do miss that. I miss like it being 70 degrees in the middle of December. I'm not gonna lie. I miss going to the beach on New Year's Eve in just shorts.
Yeah, that's crazy. I've actually the past 3 days have been my favorite weather where it's sunny and like
It has been freezing
55.
to me.
It's been like high 50s,
Which
low 60s.
I'm aware that my blood has
I
thinned
think.
out.
Like it's definitely.
To be fair, Monday and Tuesday though it was in the like 20s and 30s, and I was not anticipating that. I checked.
I don't think that's
no.
true.
I checked the weather because I was like, how cold is it right now? It hit 33, I think,
Oh,
and then
was it maybe
in
Monday? I'm
Clackamas
thinking
it was 28. That's why I was like, oh.
Yeah, I feel like because you're fine. I went to work on Tuesday. It is cold, but
Yeah,
I like it when it's like
it's like just about to snow kind of feeling.
yes. I guess it's not my favorite. My favorite is when it's like 50s and like sunny, and you get to wear your comfy clothes, but it's still like sunny out.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I have like the last 2 days I have been able to like just run outside with just my shirt on as
Yeah.
opposed to throwing on a jacket. But that's only literally to like grab something from my car or throw something in the trash. Like, but
fair.
you saw my jacket. No.
No. Should we get into
We
that?
should get into it because we definitely just went on like this has been running now for 13 minutes. So, and I know at least 3 minutes of that was us just setting up. So,
Yeah.
10 minutes of a tangent of what we did last week when
it's
reality,
been 2 days.
it's been 2 days. So,
Okay.
starting us off in chapter 29, Nesta starts the chapter by making it down to step 3000. She's spiraling like the stairs, blaming herself for all of her failures. The house gives her water and a nice cool breeze and tries to get her to scry. She refuses. Cassian stands up for her in her absence with the inner circle when Amron gives an order that she has 1 week to look for the dread trove by scrying. Nesta confronts Meryl since she doesn't fear anyone, which I feel like is going to bite her in the ass at some point, but more priestesses join the daily training. Nesta attempts to scry, realizing that she can't ask the priestesses to overcome their fears to train, and she cannot overcome her fear of scrying. If anything, she would die from being a hypocrite. In her attempt to scry, she fails. In her dreams, Nesta's powers awakens, burning her room with cold silver flame. Reese has to come to the house to try and protect her. Cassian is the only voice that pulls her back, and Reese proclaims that Nesta's power is pure death. My only note, I think it's all a part of one thought, which is it's both terrifying and fascinating that Nesta's display of power was only the tip of the iceberg. Imagine how powerful she must be and what that means when she harnesses her powers. I predict she'll be the one to free Vasa from Koshi.
Well, yeah. Even last episode was like, she's going to kill a Death Lord.
Yeah.
Because that's just what it's being set up to be. Yeah.
It's within her power to do so.
I just have 3 notes.
Go for it.
I do not like Meryl.
I don't think anyone does. I think she's tolerated, which hashtag same.
False. We don't tolerate him.
That's what I was waiting for.
We love you.
Mm-hmm. Some of you do.
When I say we, I mean me and all of my voices in my head.
We're all close. It's fun because like calls to like.
Oh, Nessa saying that she fears being a cowardly hypocrite even more. Wait, even more is so annoying. Oh, it's so annoying because like you've been a hypocrite all year.
The entire time.
The entire book.
We are in chapter 29. You've been a hypocrite since the last
book.
The second to last book.
Oh, second. Yeah, not even the last book.
The last book she was
Yep. And then I just said, didn't Feyre already tell people she thought Nesta's power was death?
Yep.
So I don't know why we're all shocked. And then, but I mean, damn, now that we like, no,
we have
I wonder
confirmation.
Now. I wonder if, and then after this, I wonder if Nesta will be like nicer to Reese, which.
Well, and that's the thing though, is I don't know if she knows that Reese was the one who pulled her out. Well, she does know that there was, she does make mention of like
2 familiar
stars
voices and stars. Yeah. Okay.
Is that all you have?
That was it.
Okay, chapter 30. Cassian has spent the night at Nesta's bedside to keep an eye on her. She opens up to Emery and Gwen about her nightmares without actually discussing them. Reese and Cassian beat the fuck out of each other to spend some of Reese's nervous energy because the baby Feyre is carrying has wings and can potentially kill her by her giving birth. I had an interesting thought during this, and it was while I was writing this part. The bone carver never showed her a child with wings. You know what I mean? It was just a boy.
Yeah. It is interesting.
So
I wonder though if he'll just be born with wings, but then like Reese will be able
to get rid of them, or if he has all of Feyre's powers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just shapeshift.
And shapeshift and do everything that all the other courts can do. Because wasn't that something that Tamlin had said too back in 2 books ago or 3 books ago potentially? About how every head of court male, if they found out about her powers, would try and use her as like a brooding mare type of thing to like breed her for the ability to pass down all their powers.
Maybe.
So I know
there was something about that, but I don't remember who said it or
I think my mind was actually more of watch it be born a girl.
Ooh.
And be one of 2 children.
Ooh.
That was where my mind went. I was like, ooh, maybe the reason the bone carver showed her a son is because a son comes later.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
Because this was like right when they said, oh, this is my child. I'm like, how do we know that's the child that's here? But
exactly.
I kind of forgot about that. The only thing I have in here is if Nesta dies or if Feyre dies, I'm going to be pissed.
I don't imagine she will. I don't
know.
Worse things have happened in these kinds of books, so potentially, but I can't imagine she will.
I know. I'm just saying, I will be pissed.
Well, Reese will destroy the whole world if that happens. Is that all you had?
Yep.
Okay, chapter 31. The pair make a pact that when Nesta finds the trove, they will fuck every and anywhere in the House of Wind. When Nesta scries with the inner circle sans Morrigan, Cassian has to pull her back because she has the mental wards up, so Reese and Feyre cannot go in there after her. He does this by kissing her, watching the silver flame dancing in her eyes. When she comes back, they find that the mask is in the bog of Orid. I said, I love how no one's surprised by Cassian kissing Nesta. More interested in the fact that he warmed the room by pulling her back.
I just have, damn, Cassian kissing her. But it's like also one of those things that
it's like
Reese had already been like,
yeah, this house smells like you've been fucking.
Yeah. So he went home and told Feyre immediately.
Right.
Az lives in the house, so he already knew. Amren doesn't give a fuck about anything like
Az
that.
hears it. Az is just like la 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 la.
You're fine, baby.
Is that all you had?
Yep.
Chapter 32 is the short one. Asriel, Cassian, and Nesta go to the bog to find the mask. While searching, Nesta and Cassian lose Asriel.
Yeah, it's just a thought. Like, I feel like they should have been like holding hands or like a rope between them or something.
Tethered.
If it was like,
oh, especially if like if one of them is carrying one, it should have been like,
yeah, Peter Pan.
Yes, like come on.
And then I just said, no, not Asriel. He's our perfect little angel.
I know. I was so scared. I was like, if this is some kind of foretelling of the end of Asriel, I am going to have a conniption.
Yeah, this is not going to be good.
Ma'am.
Please stop.
Do we have to have a conversation? Chapter 33, Eris's missing men have shot an ash arrow through Az's wing. Cassian leaves Nesta in a tree as he goes to help Az. Cassian helps Az killing the soldiers, and Nesta decides to try and find them because they've been gone for too long and comes face to face with a creature in the water. Do you want to get up here?
You want to come up?
There you go. Yeah, I was like, just move the wine glasses. That's all you wanted. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
bury yourself deep, girl. It's the most action I've gotten since TSA. I didn't have any notes for that. I actually don't have any notes until 35.
Oh. I have 3. I just had fuck. Wait, not Autumn Court. And then I said, we're on 33, right?
Yeah, 33.
Yeah. And then I said, Nesta's about to be stupid. You can't leave that bitch alone.
She's like, I
literally was like, as soon as he was like, you have to stay here, I'm like, bitch ain't gonna stay there.
My first thought was like, I'm surprised she didn't go.
Yeah. I was like, that's not happening.
Yeah.
And then my other one. So not only did she move from the one place that Cassian could find her, she also went into the water that they told her a
To
thousand
get out,
times
stay out
not
of.
to go into.
So
I said, fucking idiot. I mean, I'm sure that's how they're gonna find the mask or how she discovered how to use her powers, but still. Which obviously.
very Archeron sisters. Don't listen. Don't fucking listen.
Except for Elaine.
Elaine is the only. Well, that's also because
Well.
Elaine's just like, I'm not dumb.
Yeah.
She's like, y'all are stupid.
Yeah.
Do you have any more for that
Nope,
one?
that was it.
Chapter 34. Kelpie drags Nesta into the watery depths of the bog. Cassian and Az return to her location to find her missing. No notes.
I just have. Do we think the female voice is just like her own conscious? Like when it was like run, run.
I meant to say this earlier on, and I'm just remembering it now, and I don't know why I didn't put the note in there. I think it's because I was too busy trying to figure out what else I wanted to write in this, but I mentioned on our last episode that I have a new theory of who it is in the house.
Yeah.
I think it's Elaine.
Oh.
Because when she finds out that Nesta hasn't scryed yet, she like walks away disappointed. And I think she's the one who's telling the house send her the scrying material. Because she's the only one who knows Nesta really well.
Yeah.
And I think the voice was Elaine. Because like calls to like, and they were both made. And I think that their powers are probably intertwined in some way, shape, or form. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good thought too.
So like, and the female voice she heard and all this stuff. And granted, it doesn't sound like Elaine, and I get that, but she also doesn't say that it sounds like her.
Yeah.
So but to be fair, we had this conversation once before. The voice in my head that reads to me when I'm reading is not my voice, and I don't like it. So
mine is like the voice I hear, but not the voice like you hear, because your voice
the
is
voice
different.
coming out of my vocal cords is different than what you actually hear. Yeah, and you hear
It's
that
like
when you're like
hear
in a recording.
video. Yeah.
Which this has been this has been
humbling.
This has been a class in humbling.
Because I hate the voice that's like on recordings that I know everybody else hears. I'm very sorry. Like that's so annoying.
Same. The thing is,
like the voice I hear in my head, I'm like, everyone would love me even more.
The way that I talk, like how I hear myself talking, doesn't sound nearly as gay as what I hear in recordings. I'm like, ooh.
Mine's more high pitched on recordings for sure.
Oh, I'm just like, ooh, that's a sister. She family. Did you have any more for that one? 34.
Yes. Oh, do we think that the Autumn soldiers are under I forget which one is like the spell of whatever trove item is like the Imperious code.
One.
Yeah. Since they're not like talking and having blank stares. And remember, I had already said,
you
do
had
we
already
think
thought that they potentially
and
had
so
one.
now I forget which one, maybe the crown.
I think it's the crown that puts anyone who doesn't have can break through even the strongest shields. So I think because
the crown I think is making people is like the Imperious code.
Yeah, but it can go through any shield. Is what it is too.
Yeah.
And then the harp goes through any door.
Yep.
Yeah. Which what's about to happen? I got a little hard from. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, fuck yeah. The Kelpie drags Nesta across the waste of dead bodies below the water. She calls through her power within herself only to have the mask come to her instead. I said, when the Kelpie was giving her breath, I thought it was trying to save her for some reason.
I did for
a good reason.
Okay.
But when it did it again and bit her, I realized it was just to play with its food.
I thought about it for like a second. I'm like, oh, is it trying to be nice? And then I was like, oh,
yeah. I was like, oh, maybe it's trying to take her to the mask or something like that, because it's like I've been waiting for you
for like a second. I did. I was like, ooh, and then I'm like, oh no,
it just wanted to pillage her.
Yeah, and mine, I knew she was going to get the mask, but still a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
like I know that there's a pointer.
Yeah,
not following the rules.
Mm-hmm. In chapter 36, with the power of the mask, Nesta raises an army of the dead to aid her in killing the Kelpie and bringing her back to the surface. Once back to the surface, she is reunited with Cassian, Azrael, and the two soldiers they captured to interrogate. I loved this chapter.
Yeah.
So I am pretty sure that her powers are connected to the Dread Trove.
Well, yeah, they've already.
But I'm thinking, like, the reason I'm saying that is because she's not afraid to use the object. She's afraid when she's the object.
Yeah.
So I think that using the actual Dread Trove itself, like using the items, will be like a gateway drug to her using her own powers.
Mm.
You know what I mean? She's going to be like, okay, if I can control it this way, I can master controlling it within myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I see. Yep. And she said she liked how it felt.
Yeah. Because she was like, it was silence or something like that. It was just utter silence.
I mean, obviously we.
Yeah.
Chapters to come. Okay, that was what chapter?
That was 36.
Okay. Do you have anything?
No,
you don't have anything the rest of the time.
The rest of the time I don't have anything. I just figured I would just talk.
Well, you know me, I've got lots to say always. I said Cassian. Thanks. Oh, what wine did you bring us?
It's a little late. Menage a Trois, luscious Pinot Noir, which is delicious. So I'll just put that right there.
Luscious and delicious.
Mm-hmm. Quite like me. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So,
Popular.
36. I said Cassian thinking that he would crumble up and die if he didn't find Nesta. Like, bro, how do you not realize it's the mating bond?
They're so dumb. The two of them are so
dumb.
stupid. I've never been so mad at people in love ever. I'm like,
get it together.
Are you on the spectrum? Like,
hey,
I know some of us are.
It's not confirmed.
I'm pretty sure any psychologist out there watching this can at least give us an estimation. Anyway,
I said, it's funny to me to think that Az and Cass were shitting their pants when the dead army appears, only for it for Nesta to just be like, hey, boys.
Hi.
It's just me.
Hi, me.
Like, they're just like, because can you imagine that's what
just
you
all
see?
these
You'd
like,
be like, oh,
zombies literally
God.
lifting out of the water, and you're like,
and these two like
they're like, how do we kill the dead?
Warriors.
How do we kill the dead?
Yeah. And then Nessa's obsession with the decapitated heads is concerning.
There is she makes a lot of reference to that.
If I had 2 nickels for every time Nesta held up a decapitated head, I'd only have 2 nickels, but it's funny it happened twice. It's for you chronically online people out there.
I have no idea what she's talking about.
It's because you
and I did the math
TikTok.
wrong in my head too, but that's fine.
Yeah. But it's okay. Well, no, you said nickel, so you were saying 10 cents. You did it right, but I was just...
Well, I was thinking, though, it'd be twice, though, so she'd actually have 20 cents.
No, because it was nickels.
Yeah, 2 nickels is 10 cents. And you said if I had 2 nickels for every time.
I meant to say if I had a nickel for every time.
Oh, you said 2. That's why I was like...
I don't know if I did or if my second one I said, but if I had 2, I'd have 2. Whatever it is. You guys know. For those who know, they know.
If you know, you know. The more you know.
It might have been after your time because it was from Phineas and Ferb.
Wow. Okay. Mm-hmm.
In reality, we're really not that
We're not that far apart.
It's just funny to say. Okay, that was it for 36.
Because I have this creeping suspicion that 40's coming on quick. Chapter 37. I was like, I don't know where I am, and it's maybe me sundowning. But the captured soldiers have been enchanted in some way and need a spell breaker before the inner circle can break into their minds. When the team goes back to check the heavily warded mask, Nesta has gone beyond the wards because the mask allowed it. The best sex scene we have ever had before happens in this chapter. And this is where Cassian, though against his own will, left after the sex to follow Nesta's boundary of just sex, even though we all know they're both in love with each other like idiots.
Yeah.
Something that I wanted to say about this, and I didn't write it as a note, but something that I wanted to say. I love that you're doing it into the mic.
I just realized that.
It's just great to me because all you hear is and you could have just been like, hey, pause. And then I could just edit you out doing that. Anyway,
It's more fun this way.
this is where I'm more confirmed into the idea that the Dread Trove have the same, like the powers that are used by the Dread Trove are what Nesta stole from the cauldron, because I feel like the wards were used.
Oh, I see what
to
you're
hold it
saying now.
in,
You think that
so
she'll be able to control, or like her power that allows her to use them, or that you think that she'll be able to control people like without the trove?
I think she can do all of it because she is pure death.
Without the dread trove?
Without the Dread Trove. Because Amren makes a point to say no one's been able to take the mask off before.
But she said
And she
it's
said,
people who...
But she's like, I just asked it to let me go.
Yeah, but she also said that like they think that Brylin would be able to use it because we were all made from the cauldron.
No, they said that they did say that. I don't think that they said that they could use it. I think that they said that she would be able to find it.
No, in it they said so Brylin would be able to use it as well. Because they said no one's ever tried to use that. It's been made from the cauldron.
I think that Nesta is going to be a special case because she stole from the cauldron.
I mean, maybe.
But that's my theory, though, is I think that she will eventually, it's all the same power.
Yeah. It's all, they were all made and they were all made by the cauldron.
No, I know that, but the cauldron has a vast variety of powers.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
I think she'll just be
able... We're so close, and she wants to make this a 5-episode series, and I'm just like, I just want to read the rest of the book. It's fine.
We're reading 170 pages.
No, the next one we're still doing 150. We're doing actually a little bit less than 152.
Okay, well then the next one we'll do because when I did the math it was split. Yeah. Okay, I have 2. I like how Rhys telepathically told Cassian that he wears his heart for all to see, but like he already kissed her in front of everybody to bring her back. So I think everybody already
pretty sure we're aware. Drift. Pretty sure everyone knows.
Pretty sure everyone
I'm sure
knows.
Everyone could smell it.
Yeah. Like there's so many things that have led up to this.
I am so sorry. Oh, that's fine.
We have 2 more chapters, so it's not that. Oh, and then I said at this point Nesta is just stupid. It's very obvious Cassian wants more, but he has to leave so he doesn't say stupid shit, and she just keeps breaking his heart because she's like, it's just sex, it's just sex.
And then it's even more obvious because she ends up at the end, she's just like, I just stared at the door.
Yeah. But it's like, that's what you told him you wanted, and he said, I'm going to take as much as you will give me.
I will take what you will give me, is exactly what he said, which I think Rhys had said at one point too. I
feel like...
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Rhys said that to Feyre. He was like, I was willing to take whatever you would give me, something like that.
Yeah.
Scraps. I'll take the scraps.
Take the scraps.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Chapter 38, through the back and forth of reliving the previous night. Cassian and Nesta start to train with swords. She decides then and there that she'll never again feel weak. I don't have any notes.
I just said I love that more and more priestesses are showing up to training. Like obviously we've already discussed that they're just building the Valkyrie up again.
Yep.
But I just love to see it. Or
I love that they haven't named it yet too, and we're like, this is what's happening, guys.
Yeah. Or something
to be fair,
the sort.
Nesta also doesn't know enough about them too to know that this is what she's actually heading towards. Which is interesting if you think about it. Like history always has a way of repeating itself.
Unfortunately, we are in that timeline right now.
And where's Doctor Strange when you need him? And I think it's interesting, like she can name it once she learns it. So chapter 39, Nesta makes...
Wait, I have one more thing.
I thought you said you had... Sorry, go ahead.
I said 100% positive I would be Gwen and Emery laughing at all the like accidental or not so accidental like innuendos. I'd be like...
We were already doing that earlier today in this episode. So there's that.
Okay.
Chapter 39, Nesta makes it to 6,000 steps and walks back without continuing or getting tired. Cassian enlists the help of Azriel to continue with the training since the size of the acolytes has grown. And Gwen teaches Nesta how to meditate. I love that they don't call it meditating.
I know.
I was like, so she's meditating.
I mean, but they don't all of it in this. Please stop. Like fairy, how fairy is spelled, how like it's all just
a little off,
tweaked.
It's a little different than what we normally do.
Yeah, I just have 2 things.
Yeah, go for it.
I said, what I don't get about the steps is when you're at 6,000, you have less stairs to go down than to go back up.
And
Why would you not just finish going down? Because like Cassian will eventually come find you and take you back. So it's like you can make it down.
And also her intentions were different this time around. She was just doing it to do it.
Just do it. Yeah, but I'm like, you literally could have, or like at least got down, because I feel like 100% if you didn't come home, Cassian would go and find you.
Not only, I mean, I would be like, I would walk all the way down the stairs and just wait at the entrance.
Yeah.
And be like, come and get me, bitch.
Like, literally, I'm here. I just wanted to see if I could make it down.
I just wanted to prove to myself I could do it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Because worst case, you spend the night outside.
You're a fairy. You can do anything.
Yeah.
You're also pure death. So,
yeah.
I mean.
It's fine. And then I just said.
Unleash your flame on the entire city. I'm sure someone will stop you.
Yeah. I love the friendship between Nesta, Gwen, and Emery. I think it's the only time I really like.
It's the
Nesta.
threesome of sisterhood that was supposed to have been the bond between her and her sisters, which I hope we get to. I'm sure we will, because a lot of these stories like to have that kind of happy ending. But at the same time, it's just annoying to see the journey sometimes, especially because both of her sisters have been trying so hard to reach out to her, which, again, I think the house is Elaine.
Yeah. That could be it. But yeah, we're in the back 2/5 of the book, so it's going to be all of the storyline.
It's going to be everything. It's going to be tying things
think about
up.
How much we have to get through.
I think that we're going to be tying a lot of loose ends up. I think this is where we're going to learn about the Valkyries, like her training to become the Valkyries. And I think this is also going to be when we discover either where the last Dread Trove is, or the last two, or going after Koshi directly.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, I don't think that we're going to get that battle yet, but I think we're going to get the plan for that battle.
My question, do we think... Probably not, because he's not even really in this book a lot. When is Lucian gonna find out?
I was gonna say, I'm like,
do
I feel like Lucian's
this
gonna
book, or do you think it'll be next book that we find out?
I think find out what that
because Lucian doesn't know that Helion's his dad.
Oh, I didn't. That was not what I was thinking of at all. I completely didn't even think of that. I was thinking about
like the mating bond with him and Elaine.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it'll be the next book, because it'll be like Elaine's.
Is that how weird
book.
Our priorities are? I'm just thinking about sex, and she's like, parental rights.
Well, it's just like, that's a crazy thing for these two basically random people to know, and you don't.
I'm going to double down on the thing that I had said previously. He's not going to find out until his father's dead. Until his father's dead.
I don't think it'll be... I think that
I think Bayron's going to die first, and then...
Oh, that father.
Yeah, not Helion.
I thought you meant...
No. I'm talking about Bayron.
Got it. That could be true. When you said father, I thought you meant like Helion, because he dies, and then they're like, well, it's you. You're the High Lord now.
Here's the whole court for you.
You thought you were going to be a High Lord. You just were thinking the wrong court.
You were in the wrong court.
LOL.
All right. So.
Okay, Matthew.
Yeah, no, I imagine that he won't find that out. He might find it out at the end of this book. Because I do believe either Eris is going to make his move, or the war, or the preemptive to the war, Bayron's going to die by the end of this book, regardless.
Oh, okay. You think by the end of this book? Interesting.
Yeah. And I think that if he finds out, it'll either be at the very, very end of this book, or right at the beginning of the next one.
Mm. Do we know when the next one comes out?
No, it's too bad we don't have any way of finding out either.
I don't even
know what it is called.
What book is this? Are we on 5 right now?
Oh, hell if I know.
Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, ACOTAR book 6. Yes, has confirmed a 6th book and series confirmation.
Doesn't sound like we have a release date yet.
Well, it's because she's writing so many series at the same, she has all these series and is just releasing, but it's like the Crescent City, the Throne of Glass, and this. I'm like, girl, work on one.
She could be like, no, she could be like me. I have 3 things going right now, and I just tap into them when I ever get inspired for each of them. I'm just saying, that's how it works sometimes.
Well,
stop.
Do better.
You do better.
It does say it is expected to be released in 2025.
Okay.
However, some sources say it might not be released until early 2026.
Which I feel like is probably more probable. 2026 sounds like it'd probably be more probable. Because when did this book come out?
Mass is also working on a TV adaptation of the ACOTAR series.
It won't be as hot.
I mean, unless it's on like HBO.
Well, this came out in 2021. So.
Yeah. ACOTAR Book 6 release date pushed to late 2025, early 2026.
That makes sense. I don't know what he just said, but I think.
Little does he know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to tell him about that. Anyway, yeah.
Thanks,
So
Colin.
the next episode that we'll be filming will be episode 18. It'll be chapter 40 to 57. We are stopping at 57. So if you're keeping track with us, if you have any thoughts or anything that you want to say about the chapters so far, or even the series so far, feel free to leave us a comment. And make sure that you like, subscribe, follow, share. Get your friends involved.
Love on us.
Love on us.
Tell
Please.
us we're beautiful.
Yes, actually. I like likes. I'll take the likes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saves. I don't know if there's
I
saves.
don't know if that downloads. I don't
know. Save us to your playlist. I don't know it.
We
don't know
have
how this
playlists.
works.
We have playlists. So, anyway, this is Brad
And Kelsey.
from
And
BK
Bailey.
and BK Book Club signing out.